Hi everyone, it's Kathy here from Bello's Designs, and today I'm going to be making this rainbow themed Brusho background card for a thank you card using Cardio stamps. And for this project you're going to need a piece of white multifarious or thick stamping card, which is 3.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and then you're going to have a piece of black backing card or whatever colour you like. That's going to be 3.25 inches by 7.25 inches, and then you're going to have a DL size card, which if you don't have one of those, it's a piece of card that once folded measures 4 inches by 8 inches. Excuse me. And the stamps we're going to be using today, I'm going to be using all Cardio stamps. I have textures for the grass at the bottom there. I have a tiny toadstool set, the one of 3. I'm going to be using the Bit of a Breeze, and I'm going to have the 2 birds at the top and the 3 little bunnies at the bottom. Cake accessories, and I'm going to use the butterfly stamp from there. The sentiments, and I'm going to have thank you so much, because I want it to be a thank you card. If you want to make it a birthday card or you're a great friend, there's lots of lovely sentiments on there. And lastly, for the field florals, I'm going to have this bunch of flowers in the centre there. But as with all of our tutorials, if you don't have the stamps that we're using today, feel free to use your own stamps and make your own thing, do your own interpretation. I've also got some gel pens. I've got a gold, a blue and a red. Well, I think it's red or pink, red. And the brushes I'm using today are Brilliant Red, Yellow, Emerald Green, Prussian Blue and Violet. Now if you're new to Brushos and you haven't used them before, a really good tip is when you first get them to pierce a hole in the top of the tub and use it to sprinkle on. Don't take the lid off and sprinkle all over, because you'll get so much colour come out. It'll be way too dark and intense, unless that's the look you're going for. I also put a pin in the top of mine with like a dressmaking pin, so that if I travel around with my Brushos, if I go to a craft event or something, I can travel with them and they won't shake them and they won't come out. I also try and write on them as well. I used to just put the colours on, but then I found I've got 3 or 4 different greens or 3 or 4 different blues, so I try and write the colour on as well. So when they're actually in your box or your storage, you can see from the top immediately what Brushos are and where they are. So it's much easier. So you're going to need some Sweet Poppy stencil tape, and for stamping I'm going to use Versafine Clair Nocturne and Warm Breeze. I've also got a couple of different size stamping blocks, and I've got a bottle of water and a couple of sheets of kitchen paper, because it will be very messy. Also, lastly, you may want to choose to wear some vinyl or rubber gloves to do this in. I don't mind personally. I use a scrubby after I've done it, and it tends to get most of it off, so it's entirely up to you. So I'm going to tear off some Sweet Poppy tape. I'll do it this end, actually it's easier for me to see this way. And I'm going to make sure I cover the edges. Press it down. And again, the Sweet Poppy tape is fantastic for this. It's oh, done it a bit too small. Not paying attention. That's better. It sticks and holds it in place while you need it to, but it comes off really, really easily. You don't get any of the card tearing and things like that I've had with other tapes. Okay. So hopefully you'll be able to see that all okay. I've rearranged my craft room actually and put my desk in a different place, so I'm not directly underneath the bright lights that used to reflect off the glass mat, so it's a bit distracting. So hopefully you're not getting any reflection there. Right, let's get started. So I'm going to start with the red. I'm just going to sprinkle some there. So I'm going to do each colour individually and try and dab it in between. And I'm going to tear my kitchen paper into like quarters, so that I've got a bit for each section. Hold that down. There we go. Now I'm going to do the yellow, but I want the yellow to be a bit with the red. I'll put some more yellow there, a bit of yellow there, and I'm actually going to add a tiny, tiny bit of red there. Now, if I have a fine brush here, I can move that red over slightly. Now let's put a little bit more yellow there too, so it's not too red. Perfect. So that's the yellow, red and yellow. Next I'm going to go on to the green. Quite a big bit. I'm going to try and brush that off. Green. Next the blue. I'm actually brightening these up quite a bit because I've done some previously and they're quite a lot bolder. Now it depends what you're looking for. If you want a really, really bold colour, then add a lot more, but I'm trying to go for a slightly more subtle colour. Hence the dabbing a lot of it off straight away. And now we're going to do the lilac. Sometimes the lilac is a bit, that's it. I don't know if it's got bigger blobs in it or something, but sometimes it's a little bit hard to get out. And then we're going to dab that off too. Right. I'm going to remove that for a second while I wipe my mat because there's quite a lot of Brushos on it. Right, now I've dried it a bit. It looks a bit bare there, I think, so I'm going to add a little bit more. A little bit more yellow. I think I might add a little bit more green, just a tiny bit. That'll do fine. Right, I'm going to remove the strips now. And then I'll dry it off a little bit more so that it's ready to stamp on. There we go. Heat it all back. And we'll have some paper underneath now for some stamping. Just going to try and bend this back into shape a little bit. There we go, that will do. Right, let's move those Brushos back there. And we're going to start, I think, first of all, with the thank you sentiment. Stamping Nocturne. I'll just put that somewhere so to make sure you can see it. I'll just put that there. There we go. And then using the Warm Breeze, I'm going to do the flowers on the other side. can go here. There's not a lot of stamping on this card. It's only a few little stamps, but it looks quite effective with the background. A bit off my fingers. And from there, I'll put the grass here. And then we'll have the three little bunnies. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay. These are adorable, these little characters from Cardio. Really lovely. I have him here. And this one in the middle. And me up there. And lastly, this one. Take that bit of excess black off the sides just in case. And then he can go down there. Now I'm going to have the little toadstools, also in Nocturne. I can just go there. And now for the little birds. This one here. Oops, got ink on my side again. Make sure I get that off. And we'll have this one there. Right, and lastly, we'll have butterfly. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that mark off. I'm going to have a go with my sand eraser. Just a little bit there. Just slightly moved as I put it down. It's a pain when that happens, isn't it? There we go. Now I just need to sellotape it, not sellotape it, glue it onto the black. I'm just going to use this little tool here just to make it go like so. And then I'll stick this down. Perfect. And then to use my tool again, because this is Right, flat enough. That's better. This off again. Much easier to see without the white on white. There we go. Thank you card. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found that useful, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Before you go, would you please consider joining both of our Facebook groups? We have Del Bello's Designs Lounge for all products Lavinia, and we also have Del Bello's a la carte lounge, where we do all of the other items, patty stocks, including cardio stamps, sweet poppy stencils, etc. It would be very nice to see you there. Thank you. Bye bye.